So, welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and it is the last but one day of the 2016 Advent calendar. Day 23, 23rd of December. Only 2 sleeps till the big man arrives. Excitement. Anyway, so what has Wargaming given us today to spend our hard-earned cash on? Use "gived" in the very loosest terms. So, as advertised and planned, as foreseen, various blogs and what have you, it is the excellent T34-85 Rudy. This was the special. This was the last of the 4 that they've sold this time round that were in the original Berlin quartet. So you had the Cromwell B, the ISU 122S, and the IS2, and the Rudy, and they all formed part of the Berlin quartet. I've said this before, but this was the sort of start of the process that Wargaming went through of making premium tanks at least as good, and in these cases better, than the standard versions that are in the game. So up to that point, pretty much all the premiums were worse than their standard version. It just earned extra credits and extra experience, and you could retrain crews and blah 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 blah. Now the philosophy seems to have changed entirely, and premiums are as good, and as I say, in many cases better than their original version. And certainly I think this T34-85 Rudy, you could say, is better than its original format. So before we move on, let's have a look. We got the code here, X and B. Obviously this is an EU code because I'm in the EU. I'm not sure whether we get one more tomorrow, but the code isn't active until tomorrow, so we'll see whether we get 2 more tomorrow, and I'll try and put up the final ones if I can. So Rudy, excellent tank, really good tank. So it is a special tank. It's basically to commemorate or to represent a tank that features in a Polish television series, which was basically a story about a Polish crew operating a T34-85 in a Russian army brigade in the Second World War. What was unusual about them is that they had a dog in the tank. I forget what the dog was called, but there's a dog in the tank. And so this tank has a dog as its radio operator instead of a crew member. Now what that means is you have less crew, which is it's only a 4-man crew, well, 4-man plus his dog, plus it means that well, when they fix it, it's broken at the moment I believe, but when you have 6th sense on this tank, rather than you getting the warning, you get the dog barking, which is a nice fun thing for you. Anyway, let's have a look at prices. So you can only buy it in a bundle, so I'm afraid you cannot buy this as an individual tank. It's never been, like all the Berlin quartet, it's never been sold individually. So £16.92 or just shy of €20 will get you the tank, a garage slot, 1,650 gold, plus 4 crew members, all with 100% already and 100% Brothers in Arms perk. So that's a good bonus. And at £16.92 or €20, it's a good tank. I'd buy it. I've got it. I love it. It's one of my favourite tanks in the game. If you like your mediums of the Russian variety, this is your one. Let's go and have a look at it in the wiki site and see what people think of it. So the Rudy has 720 hit points, which is pretty good. Weighs just shy of 32.5 tons without any equipment. It does only come with the 4 crew, so it's great when you get up to the higher tier Russian medium tanks for the crew training, I mean. But at the lower tier they have a radio man, and of course this doesn't. It has the dog. So yeah, that's a bit of a downer if you're looking to train lower tier Russian mediums, but by the time you get on to the sort of T54s, T44s, and upwards, then this is a good crew trainer because it has only 4 like they do, so that's all good. Engine power 500 is excellent, top speed of 54 and 20 in reverse is very good, 42 degrees per second for its turn, which is brilliant, and 15.39 power to weight ratio is not fantastic actually, but it's okay. Armour, yeah, well, it's more mobile than armoured, so hull armour is 45, 45, 40. Turret has a little bit more, 90, 75, 52. So if you can get that turret front facing towards the enemy, it's quite well rounded, so you will bounce a few shells in it, but really it's about speed and mobility with this thing. It uses the 85mm gun, as you'd expect. It's a T34-85 after all. 144mm of standard pen is very good, 194 with APCR, which is very good indeed, and 44 with HE, 180 average damage, 300 with the HE. Just shy of 12 rounds per minute is very good. Dispersion of 0.42 is not so good. Aim time is also not fantastic, 2.86. So guns okay up close, not much of a sniper. It's more of a pop round the corner, blast, get out of there kind of gun. Yeah, talked about aim time. So accuracy 0.42, yeah. Has a gun elevation and depression of -7 and +22, which is alright, and it carries quite a lot of rounds, 55 rounds, very very good. Average DPM, it's not bad, 2000, in fact it's not bad at all, it's very good, 2147 is very good. View range is just about adequate, 365, but I think that's actually a little bit longer than the standard T34-85, maybe just 5 meters, but anything helps your Russian tank spotting. Any kind of extra distance has got to be good. Signal range 525. So pros and cons according to the wiki site. Pros: slightly better aim time and view range than a regular T34-85. Less terrain resistance and better mobility than a regular T34-85. That's what I find in this thing. It's very mobile, really good fun to play. Significantly high ammo capacity at 56 rounds compared to the T34-85's 48 rounds. Is it 56? It says 55 here. Oh well, whatever. Stock crew have 0 skilled brothers in arms, so yeah, when you buy this tank it comes with the brothers in arms perk already on them, but as is the case with a lot of these ones with the brothers arms already built in, it doesn't count as their first skill for the purposes of earning XP, so that's a real positive. And 4-man crew configuration works well for training higher tier Russian medium tank crews. Yeah, we talked about that. That's a definite positive, but it's also a negative if you're using it on the lower tier tanks. Cons: fragile engine, very vulnerable to damage and fires. Now I've not really noticed that, especially with the engine, no worse than anything else, but that's what it says. Predominant commander's hatch, easy to hit compared to that of the T34-85. Given the lack of armour generally on this tank, I don't find people tend to snipe at your commander's hatch, but yeah, it's true. Limited customization options, emblems and inscriptions are fixed. Well, why would you want to change it? It's a lovely looking tank, really. I can't see it on here, but it's a really nice looking tank, so I don't know why you'd want to change it. But like all these special tanks that have camos already on them, you can't change it and you can't add any emblems, so for some people that may be a problem. And lack of a radio operator limits its value as a crew trainer for lower tier Russian medium tanks. Yeah, we talked about that. It's good for the high ones, not so good for the low ones. So that's day 23 in the book. Good option, so as I'm concerned. I think this is a really good tank. It really is an excellent medium. I love mine, really enjoy playing it, but as always, it's your hard-earned money, your choice what you buy or you don't buy. So we have one more day to come of the Advent calendar, and we don't know what's coming. It's just On the lists that people have got their hands on, it just says a new premium, so we will see what it is. Any ideas what you think it might be? Put them down below. I'm hoping it's that new Trump German Tier 7 TD. Looks wicked. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful to you. If it was, please give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It's free, it's easy, and it's good for the Christmas spirit. And I'll see you again soon. This is Gamer Dom. Enjoy your games today when you get there. I know people will be finishing work, so if you do get a chance to play tonight, enjoy them. Try not to take them too seriously. It is just a game after all. And I'll see you again soon. Gamer Dom out.